Isn't it crazy how you can have the best product, you can have an amazing service, you could literally offer the most quality and transformational experience that you've ever thought possible to your end customer. But for some strange reason, your business can still stay stuck. You can still struggle with growing. You can still struggle with not getting the result that you're looking to get when it comes to scaling your business online. Because here's the thing, most businesses don't fail because they have a bad product or service. Like if you're a business owner and you actually care, which that's half the battle. The bar is set so low because there's in today's day and age, because it's so easy to grow your business online, people set the bar low and a lot of people don't actually care. But if you're listening to this video right now and you actually care about getting your customer an end result, then I want to help you get to the next level. It's not about how good your product or service is. Although your product is going to be great, most businesses fail simply because they're speaking to the wrong people. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, we're in the middle of a 4-part video series, so I encourage you to buckle up because you're about to be in for a hell of a ride. We're going to be breaking down a lot of information. This is part 2. In part 1, I broke down how 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs online go out and create trust, build influence, and build authority so that way ultimately they can influence their audience at scale and appeal to the mass market. But here's the thing. The reason why this video is mission critical is because if you don't actually speak to the right people, and if you're not actually speaking to a hungry market, because in this video we're going to be breaking down how to identify your hungry market, then you're not going to be able to grow your business. So like I mentioned, you can have the best product or service, and you can have the influence, you can have the authority, you can have the credibility, you can literally have everything that you feel that you need, but if you're speaking to the wrong audience, it's not going to work. And this one implementation alone can be the difference between no customers, or maybe you getting a customer here and there every now and then, to you having a pool of endless opportunities of your ideal prospect lining up to do business with you. When you're speaking to a market that already has the problems that whatever it is that you offer the world solves, they have the burning desire that your offer can help them fulfill on, the thing that you offer is speaking directly to what's keeping them up at night, and you understand that there's demand for the thing that it is you do because you're in the right pool of people and you're speaking to the right market, and the market is hungry and craving what you offer, growing your business becomes easy at that point. And just to be clear here, before we jump into this video and I begin breaking down how to identify your hungry market, I want to quickly explain to you who I am and why you should listen to me, because I understand you may have just landed on my channel and you're probably thinking like, who is this guy? Should I actually listen to him? Should I actually take what he's saying serious? I assure you that if you listen to this full video and watch the entire 4-part series, you're going to leave with applicable information that you can implement into your business practically right away. And furthermore, I've collectively helped business owners generate over $150 million in sales online. Business owners just like you, I've helped them hit the next level. And honestly, that number is really higher, but it's been a while since I've actually sat down and did a recount. But the last time that I counted, we were at over $150 million in results created for business owners just like you. Without further ado, I'm getting ready to go behind my screen and break down how to identify a hungry market. And remember, after you watch this video, if you haven't caught part 1 yet, go back, watch part 1, and then continue tuning in to this 4-part video series because it will help your business level up online. All right, let's get it. So what exactly is a hungry market? To kick this off, I want to make sure that we are in alignment and 100% on the same page when it comes to like actually defining a hungry market, because your definition may be completely different than what my definition is and what I want you to understand during the remainder of this video of what I mean by a hungry market. So a hungry market is going to be a group of people who actively feel a problem. Like they actively are experiencing a problem and they feel it and it's keeping them up at night and they feel it right now in this moment, right? That's the first thing. And they're looking for solutions and they are ready to pay to fix it. So let me be clear. If you try to sell to people who don't feel urgency, who don't prioritize solving their problems that they have, or they don't have any money to invest, you're going to struggle no matter how good your product or service is. Now, you can still create success, but the odds and probability, and I want to speak to like what is most probable. So there's going to be some people that I'll probably rub the wrong way in this video because they're probably going to feel like, oh, this is working for me, but is it working for you? Like, what are the odds of it continuously working for you? What are the odds of it predictably working for you? And I want to make sure that you understand how to predictably create success and ensure that the market that you're going after, there's demand for the thing that you do. So the real question is, how do you know if your market is truly hungry? Because that's where most entrepreneurs go wrong. They assume that because their product solves a real problem, that people will just naturally want to buy whatever it is that you offer. But that's not how it works at all. To ensure that you're targeting a market that actually buys, you need to look at these 5 key indicators that we're about to discuss in this video. Jumping into key indicator 1, I have pain-driven versus desire-driven markets. Some markets are filled by pain, which is ultimately problems that your avatar desperately wants to fix, while others are driven by desire. But not just any desire. Notice I have flames around this desire. Me personally, if I'm going after a market, I need there to be a burning desire, or I need there to be pain, right? So think back to part 1 of this 4-part video series where we were talking about the transformation promise. You have specialized knowledge. You're going to be the bridge between helping somebody go from where they are now to where they want to go. But where they want to go, is it fueled by pain? Is there some pain that they're experiencing that whatever it is that you have to offer the world can take them out of that pain? Or is there a burning desire that they have? Like when I say burning desire, this needs to be something that your audience is like they're thinking about, is keeping them up at night, and they are looking for a solution to help them fulfill that burning desire. This is what you want to ask yourself, and this is the thought process that you want to have whenever you're going after a hungry market. And this is one of the indicators where it's like, all right, am I solving a pain? Do they have a burning desire? Now, you could be both. Somebody could be experiencing pain and they can also have a burning desire. But nonetheless, this is the first thing that I want us to touch base on and I want us to understand. And right now, I'm about to break down a few examples. If you're watching this video and you're like, man, the value that I provide to the world is I take pictures of birds and then I go and provide education to bird lovers. That's not what I'm talking about here. And don't get me wrong, there's people that are doing random one-off type of stuff like that, and they're creating their success, they're creating their opportunity. But what I'm talking about is I'm talking about being able to create mass scale opportunities and mass movements and actually create a business that can scale predictably, consistently, until we can continuously generate new business and grow a 7-figure business or an 8-figure business or whatever you desire. Maybe you don't want to get to 7 figures, maybe you don't want to get to 8 figures, but wherever you are, you should at least be able to do anywhere between $10,000 to $50,000 a month off your specialized knowledge online. And that's the market that I want to speak to, and that's what I want you to understand. So if you're somebody that's like in this very niched, passion driven thing, then I would challenge and encourage you to get into a vehicle and leverage your specialized knowledge in a different way. Because if you can go into a niche thing, you can create a result. You probably have some skill that you can get into a better, more hungry market to where you can speak to pain points, speak to burning desires, go out and create more business, more revenue, and then go and be able to leverage some freedom that you were able to create because you're in a hungry market and you're making more money, and then you can go over there and do your passion. Like, I'm more along the lines of that. But if that's your thing, cool, that's your thing. This video may not be for you. So now let's go into some examples of what pain-driven and burning the desire markets look like, so that way you can just kind of get the full picture. And then we're going to indicator 2. But this is what we need to have in a hungry market: is we need to have pain or we need to have a burning desire. All right, so let's jump into some examples here. I have pain-driven and burning desire-driven examples. So I got a few niches here, and we'll touch base on this. If this isn't your niche, just still kind of be thinking about the concept so that we can understand how it applies to actually your niche. So the business of finance niche. So we got struggling with financial stress, lack of clarity, fear of IRS penalties. What's my, like, those are all different pain points that I'll be experiencing. So let's say I'm struggling with financial stress. Is it because I need a bookkeeper and my books are a mess, or is it because I'm struggling? This is my first year in business, or maybe this is my first year making X amount of money and I had a huge tax bill and I'm trying to figure out how to navigate that. And then I don't know if I actually put the money back. I don't know if I've been following the best money management rules or money management tactics. Like, I have some form of pain financially and I'm looking to improve that. Or maybe that's not my predicament and I'm just experiencing financial stress in general and I'm looking to figure out how to acquire some specialized knowledge so that way I can go out and maybe have a side income stream because inflation is on the rise and things are getting hard and I just have financial stress. Regardless, that is a pain point that I'm experiencing. Or maybe there's lack of clarity. I'm just confused. I don't know what to do. I have a fear of the IRS penalties, kind of like we talked about that example over in part 1 of this 4-part video series where I was breaking down, like, if I'm that tax strategist and I'm speaking to my avatar about how much I hate the IRS because of they're confusing and they don't set up business owners up for success with the best form of education, and they put it on, like, if that's my thing and I'm speaking to this pain point here, like, that is going to resonate and connect with me. So let's go into the next example here. Relationship and dating industry. Maybe I'm feeling lonely. That's a pain point. If I'm in pain. Maybe I lack confidence. Maybe I'm struggling to attract a quality partner. Maybe I just got out of a divorce and I'm lost and I don't know where to go. Or maybe like I've always dealt with confidence issues. Like, you see, those are all problems that I have. So that is Pain-driven markets versus burning desire-driven markets. That's what I want you to understand and be thinking about this. Like, does whatever it is that I offer, does whatever transformation that I have to create for my potential prospect or my desired customer, what pain can I help them get out of? Next, we got investing and wealth building. So that niche, that's, fear of losing money. Inflation is on the rise, and all the problems that come with inflation, all the problems that come with my fear of losing money. If I jump into the stock market and I don't know what to do, or I buy the wrong thing, or I invest in the wrong thing, should I be buying stocks? Should I be buying ETFs? Should I be investing into SPY? Should I be buying crypto? Is crypto a scam? Like, or should I get Bitcoin? Like, I have fear, but I want to get into this space, but that's my pain. That's pain that I can be speaking to, and I don't ultimately want to miss out on all the wealth creation opportunities because I'm making money, or maybe I'm making some money, and I have some money that I want to put off to the side to start to invest, but I'm just scared. I don't know what to do. Like, pain. Make money online and career growth. I'm stuck in a low income job. I'm struggling to escape the paycheck to paycheck cycle. That's a perfect example there of pain. Like, and these are, like I said, these are just a few niches here, but I'm sure as I talk through this, you're probably listening to this and you're probably getting ideas that, like, all right, I can see how, matter of fact, my solution can appeal to the example he just gave, but just be thinking about pain, right? What pain is your audience experiencing? Real estate investing. This could be like a coaching program. Maybe my audience is stuck in analysis paralysis, and they've always been wanting to. Which I'm gonna shift to these same examples here on burning desire on this side, but maybe that my audience has always been wanting to get their first property, land their first deal, but they're afraid of making costly mistakes. Maybe they only have just enough money to put a down payment on their first investment property, but this really has to go right. I want to make sure I do everything right. I don't really have the funds to be making costly mistakes. I'm trying to find somebody that can help me time collapse my journey so that way I can save money and ultimately start off on the right foot. Or I'm lacking a proven roadmap, like all pain points that can be spoken to, right? Health and wellness. Dental implants, fitness, whatever the thing is that's within health, back pain, chiropractors, anything. I'm struggling with the physical pain, or I got low self-esteem because of my physical pain, or I got health issues that ultimately impact me on a daily life. Like, all of these pain-driven things, like, if I'm experiencing these pains, like, this is like, I'm actively thinking about this stuff. I'm actively thinking about being lonely. I'm actively thinking about fearing of losing money. Like, I'm stuck in a low-income job. I'm going to work every day, working 40 hours a week. If I'm stuck in analysis paralysis and I want to get into real estate investing, these are problems that these markets are experiencing every single day. There's people in the market that are having these problems regularly like clockwork. And if I'm a brand and I have an offer and a solution that can help them solve those problems, then on top of that, I got influence, I got credibility, I got authority. And one of the things that I'm going to be breaking down in part 3 of this 4-part video series, I have a resonating message that connects with the hungry market that we're understanding how to identify as I go through these indicators. That is what is needed to actually grow our business. So let's jump over to burning desire. But before I do that, I want to quickly touch base on every hungry market. They both have pain and a burning desire. So right now, your market that you're going after, they should have some form of pain that you can help them solve and a burning desire that you can help them get to. But the dominant driver is really depends on, like, your actual solution. Like, where are you speaking to them at? Like, what part of their journey are they at? Are they at a part of their journey where it's more beneficial for you to talk to them about? Maybe they already got over some of those pain points, but they need to get to the further next step of the transformation. Then speak to their burning desire. Or maybe they're at a point where it's better for you to speak to the pain. But regardless, they have both. You can do marketing that speaks to both, right? So pain driven, people urgently are looking to escape a pressing problem that's actively causing them frustration, stress, or discomfort. Burning desire driven, people are chasing a specific transformation or aspirational goal that excites them and fuels their ambition. So let's come back over here to the examples here. I'm gonna back it up a little bit because we did just talk about pain driven, and I want to make sure that you can see these same exact scenarios here. This is just a little bit different from pain driven to burning desire driven, but still to those same exact markets, right? So business and finance again. So what are the benefits of solving some of these pain points? So that's what we're thinking here in terms of, like, remember when I talked about that transformation promise, like, that your specialized knowledge can help them get to, and whatever solution that you can provide, like, that's what we're speaking to now, like the burning desire, the thing that keeps them up at night that they actually want to accomplish. And it doesn't only have to be from a pain standpoint. It could be from, I desire to get here. I desire to have total financial control. I desire to have scalable systems. Like, what would my life look like if I had scalable systems in my business? How much more money would I make? How much more peace would I be able to have? How much more control? How much more security? How much more confidence would I be able to feel if I had total financial control of my business and finances? And I had the ability to make data-driven decisions because I better understood my numbers. That's speaking to the burning desire. Like, same exact concept there, or same exact market there rather, but different approach, different angle, the burn and desire approach, right? Now let's go to this next one, relationship and dating industry. Becoming highly attractive, mastering relationships, and effortlessly drawing in high value partners, right? That's the transformation of, if I solve these pain points here, I'm no longer feeling lonely because I've managed to become highly attractive at mastering relationships. I'm now drawing in high value partners because I'm looking to improve my situation and get from where I am now to where I want to go. I'm in pain, and now I'm getting to where I want to go. And remember, we're looking to be the bridge between the pain and the transformation, and we're looking to be the bridge to get them to where they are now, to where they want to go. And this is speaking to the burn and desire driven concept. So I'm gonna quickly speak through these so we can go to the next indicator, because I think you're probably getting the point now, but it works on both sides: investing in wealth building, building generational wealth, making smart investments, becoming financially independent. Again, these are all more so the outcomes of what has happened. The desires where I'm looking to get through once I get out of the pain that I'm experiencing. Make money online and career growth, creating financial freedom, making money on autopilot, achieving time, location, independence. Same concept. Real estate investing, building a passive income empire, owning multiple cash flowing properties, and quitting the 9 to 5. What was the pain point before? Remember, I'm stuck in analysis paralysis. I'm afraid of making costly mistakes. I'm lacking a proven roadmap. I'm struggling in my 9 to 5. I really need some passive income to supplement my income that I'm working every day. I put some money to the side, but I don't want to lose it. But ultimately, what do I want to get to? I want to get to the point where I've built some passive income. I have cash flow and real estate properties, and then maybe, just maybe one day I can quit my 9 to 5. But even on my journey there, I do want to solve these pain points, but this is ultimately the transformation, the desire of where I'm looking to go. Last here, health and wellness. Remember, we talked about all the pain of all the health issues. Well, where I'm at now, I achieved peak physical appearance. I gained my confidence back. I transformed my body and image. Perfect example here. If I go to the dental implants, originally I was in pain. I couldn't even eat the foods that I enjoyed most, and I haven't actually been able to eat foods that I enjoyed most in years. But now that I got this dental implant service and it actually improved my situation, I have confidence. I can smile again, and not only that, I can finally eat my favorite meals. Simply put, with this indicator, you want to be between pain or desire. You see, when you speak to those deepest desires, when you speak to those hidden frustrations, when you speak to those aspirational identities where people want to get to, you will find yourself in situations with your market where you can take an audience that wasn't even actively looking, and suddenly they feel that they need your offer, your product, your service, your solution right now, simply by speaking to those pain points, speaking to those desires that we broke down in this first key indicator that you need to make sure you understand when you're going after a hungry market. So let's jump into indicator 2. All right, so we jump into our next key indicator here. This one I refer to as proven buyer demand. And what that simply means is, it's a question that you can ask yourself: are people buying this? And this is whatever it is that you offer, your product, your service, solution. There should be buyers out there in the market actively buying whatever it is that you offer. And one of the easiest ways that you can identify whether or not there's buyers in the market, and in fact, this is actually a golden rule, it's there has to be competition. Like, you don't want to step into a niche or a market where there's no competition, because if there's no competition, that means that there's not a market there. Because again, remember, I'm talking about hungry markets where you can jump into a market and you can create impact, you can create influence, you can put a resonating message behind it, and you can put a scalable form of media behind it. You can ultimately scale and grow a business in any market, any niche where there's demand. So I'm not talking about like, oh, let me go try and create this new thing that nobody's never heard of, and now I gotta try to make people make there be a market for it. Nah, I'm not playing that game. We don't got time for that, right? We want to be jumping into a hungry market, and if the market is hungry, there's going to be competition there. So once you identify that there's competition there, that will let you know that there's actively buyers. Like, remember, proven buyer demand is the key indicator for this indicator number 2 here. And then once you identify those competitors, like you should already know this, like you should know a few of your competitors. You should go out there and do some market research, but don't get like lost in like analysis paralysis just doing a ton of market research, because you know I'm a big believer in speed of implementation. I wouldn't even want to tell you to go do that, but go find 3, 5, 7, 10, whatever is easiest for you. Just go find some competitors and go get a feel for them and go study them and go see what they're doing and go see the way that they're solving your particular target audience's problems and speaking to their pain points and speaking to their desires. And that can give you inspiration and context of what's already working out there in the market. And then you can always jump in there and get in the game and make it better and optimize and and tweak and refine. But the core thing that I want you to understand with this indicator, because remember, number one, we gotta speak, we gotta have pain points and burning desires that we can speak to, and then we have to have a proven buyer demand. And the way that you find that out is simply by identifying and making sure that you have competition. All right, so now let's jump into indicator 3. Real quick before we jump into indicator 3, I do want to let you know that this indicator, this isn't like an end all be all indicator. Like indicator 1, that was an end all be all type of situation. Like if there's no pain points or burning desires for you to speak to, then you're definitely not in a hungry market. Indicator 2, if there's not competition and people aren't actively buying the thing it is that you offer and you sell, then you're not in a hungry market. Now with this one here, it's a little bit different because like it's really a spectrum, and I want you to just understand the concept, because basically depending on where you fall within the spectrum, where it will let you know like how big of an opportunity is there for you. So just like I did in the previous one, I'm going to start off by asking you a question. Does this problem repeat, or does it get solved once and never come back? So the problem that you're solving, like is it something that happens on an ongoing recurring basis, or do you solve it once and then they're not going to have the problem again, right? Because what that's going to do, that's going to that's going to tie in our customer lifetime value. So yeah, there's money to be made, like, for that first purchase, when you acquire a customer, you get a lead, they come into your ecosystem, they ultimately end up buying the thing it is that you offer. But do they buy once, or is there opportunity for them to subscribe to something? Is there opportunity for you to solve more of their problems later? And that's the type of thought process that you want to be thinking as I begin to break down these 3 types of recurring markets when it comes to this indicator here. So let's jump right into it. So type 1, we have markets with built-in repeat purchases. This is the best case scenario, right? These are naturally recurring needs where customers must keep buying to maintain the results that you ultimately are helping them get to. So I got a few examples here. We got the skincare industry. Like skincare, it's a routine, right? In order to maintain the skin desired outcome that your particular avatar, if you're serving this niche, is looking to get to, they're going to keep on buying, right? So that's a perfect example of like, it's built in that there's going to be repeat purchases because they need to keep buying the thing to get to the result. Fitness coaching here. If you're training, and you got to keep training, you got to keep working out, you got to keep staying in shape. You don't just go and, hey, I paid a trainer, and the next I got a 6-pack, and my 6-pack is there forever. No, this is an ongoing, recurring thing that you need to keep doing. Same thing goes if you were a fitness coach and you were ultimately teaching people. Let's say that you built a fitness consulting and coaching business, and you've got all types of clients, and now people want to learn like your systems, your processes, your marketing strategies, and ultimately how you grew your business. Same concept. You would be serving a market where they have opportunity to keep on growing, so that way you also have the opportunity to keep helping them with what's next, because they're at new levels. There's different things that needs to be attacked and different problems, like more money, more problems. So you're going to keep helping somebody grow. And if you're able to keep helping them grow, then there's more problems, and you are increasing your LTV, which that brings me to marketing services here, which literally is what I just broke down. Businesses always need new leads. Businesses always need new sales. Businesses always need new marketing strategies. And you don't just set up something once and then you set it and forget it. Like good business, you're going to keep iterating. You're going to keep optimizing. You're going to keep advertising. You're going to keep strategizing. You're going to keep doing the things that need to be done to grow your business. So these are examples of recurring markets where, and you want to think like, I know these are just 3 examples, but think like, is this something like your market that you're in, your niche, whatever problems that you're solving, whatever it is that you're actually doing, is this something to where there's a built-in repeatable process where it's already set up for you to increase your LTV? And that's what I want you to think about with this one. Now, type 2, these are one-time solutions, but there's still opportunity for a strong ascension path. So still a great market here. I had here best case scenario because, it already exists without you even doing anything, it exists. Now, one-time solutions with the strong ascension path, this would be like the core offer solves a major problem once, but there's a next level people want to reach. So for example, here, where if somebody who's not privy to needing to focus on, like, that's why I said this is not like an end all be all. It's more so like, you need to be exposed to the concept and understand how to apply it. Because let's say this person right here, they're a wedding planner. If they're not privy to this indicator 3 and making sure that they're in a hungry market, which wedding planner, think of that, that's just one time, that's one and done. You're not necessarily expecting for them like, oh, are they going to get a divorce and they're going to get married again and then I'm going to do a wedding again? No. So, but what could you potentially do to where you could offer more to that particular customer and increase the LTV? Well, they got married. Like, is there something that you can do in the anniversary space? Is there some honeymoon planning that you can do? Is there baby showers that you can do? Is there some type of partnership that you can create where you now have created an affiliate relationship where you then refer them to whatever the next potential celebration or thing that's in that same particular industry to where you can still generate money off of those same clients that you've already got, that's how you want to be thinking about it. Because if you have a one-time solution, like you still need to make sure that there's opportunity for you to increase LTV. So that would be an example there, or a one-time solution. Most people might be thinking of wedding planning and they stop there, but then you want to be thinking like, what's next? All right, so now we got high ticket coaching. So perfect example here. I paid a high ticket fee and I reached my one goal, but now like there's always something next. Like people who are in the space of like, regardless, whatever it is, whatever you're coaching for, whether you're coaching for real estate, whether you're helping me start an Amazon business, whether you're helping my business grow in whatever niche or industry I'm in, whether maybe it's a high ticket fitness program, maybe it's a high ticket, like whatever the thing it is. If I paid a high ticket fee and I got to whatever result I got to, there's always another level. So there's an opportunity for you to have an ascension path. Perfect example here. Well, this kind of ties into like the high ticket coaching, but let's just say that, I was selling a transformation in terms of, back to the whole real estate example, and I'm helping new time investors, get their first property. But then what about the people that want to go from one property to getting a portfolio of 10 properties, of 20 properties, or maybe they get their first property and now they need to learn more minor nuances in terms of like, oh, how do I, like, what's my budget that I need to budget for maintenance repairs? What about if I'm renting it out, or what if I'm looking to flip it? Or maybe there's more, like there's going to be more minor nuances that can be learned there. So am I one and done, or am I'm selling a membership community on the back end? Am I selling a higher ticket product on the back end that helps like scale it up and hit the next level? Like there's always opportunity for what's next in this coaching space, in this education space, in this information space. And that's one of the things that I'm real big on about building information marketing businesses, because it's not even like a situation where like you're just selling people things that they don't need. It's a natural ascension process. Like you need to really have solutions that tailor, that speak to people at different stages of their actual journey. So it's already set up that way. It's set up for you. So like I have here, still a great market. Of course I had here, built to repeat purchases, best case scenario. Arguably there's some scenarios where even in like right now, this whole information marketing business, like we would be in the best case scenario here, but I'm speaking just to high ticket coaching. Like if I'm starting off at just a high ticket price, then I'm in that great market where it's like, all right, I still need the what's next. But best case scenario is what if I had the whole ascension of my high ticket coaching. So I didn't only have coaching, I had high ticket coaching, I had low ticket information products, I had recurring products, I had membership products, I had subscriptions, I had everything that there is to offer. I had masterminds, I had VIP days. So like that's an example of going a lot more deeper on this, and that will take this from great market to like best case scenario, because it was all said and done, we're increasing our customer lifetime value and we're serving more of our prospects that become customers at a higher level. Now let's go ahead and go over to type 3, because these are like one-time problems that are solved with no natural reoccurrence, which these are way harder to monetize, and the price of the solution would just have to be so high to where it actually makes sense. Because like you're not gonna have like a customer lifetime value at all, and businesses need to, like, you need customer lifetime value. Like you don't really want to be focusing on like just getting one customer and then one and done. Like that's not a good business to run. You want to be in a business where you can get residual income, you can compound. But with this, I mean, yeah, there's still like, okay, well, let me see if I can get some referrals and build my basically promoter score where I do good business and then people go out and constantly refer me to new people and that type of thing. But still not the ideal, most favorable approach. So I have these markets like ongoing demand or a strong ascension model, which makes them tougher to scale. So remember, like my whole thing is just I'm really wanting to provide you information to put you in the best predicament to scale and be at least making extra $10,000 to $50,000 a month online with your specialized knowledge, leveraging your specialized knowledge to go out, and build an audience, build trust, build authority, and ultimately grow your business, leveraging some of these concepts that I'm breaking down. So here I have estate planning and legal services. So for example here, I actually paid a high ticket price for estate planning. In their scenario, I mean, it's high ticket enough where it's good for them, because I mean, they can, like, I paid close to about $50,000 when it was all said and done to actually get I got a full on infrastructure. I got a trust. I got holding companies. I got a lot of basically, I don't own, the whole concept, own nothing, control everything. Like I got a full on build out, and it took over about 12 months for them to fulfill on. But really, it was like them educating me on all the things that need to be done. But when it was all said and done, my expense and outer money of pocket, when I set up the whole thing, and I got a full, like me and my wife were all set up, like my future kids are set up, my kids are set up, like all of that stuff, it was about 50 grand. So in that instance, it's high ticket enough. I mean, they sell 10 of those, they've already done $500,000 in a year. I mean, they sell 20, they got $1 million business. So that's high ticket, not that bad. Cool situation, but they still need a way to actually farm more of those, or they're kind of just going to be waiting. Like, everybody's not just popping up and say, hey, I want to spend $50,000 a day to get my estate plan. Like, so there still has to be some type of front end process, and it's just much harder to scale. So that's why I'm still a believer of like, you need to build out if you got a high ticket solution, you need to build out a full on information marketing business at that point. Cause you need low ticket buyers, you need mid ticket buyers, you need recurring buyers, you need, a full ecosystem to get the vast majority of people to your main thing. But this is just an example here of, one time problem with no natural recurrence. Legal services, like if I'm just getting a contract and all I need is a contract, you don't have anything else that you can continue to offer me on an ongoing, recurring basis, or some kind of way we can lock in, and you can offer me ongoing legal services, to increase my LTV. You just solve one problem for me, not necessarily the best case scenario, and I would be looking to figure out how can I get into type 2 or type 1. So that's what this is really about. It's really just assessing your situation and seeing like, where are you at? Like, where are you at on the spectrum here between type 1, type 2, type 3? And is there anything that you can do to get to type 2 at bare minimum, or to get to type 1? So to bring this indicator to a close, our key takeaways here are going to be the best markets have built-in repeat customers, and ultimately they're way easier to scale. Like if you can get repeat customers, that means that you can increase your LTV on the back end, and that's going to make you have more of a scalable business. If your market isn't naturally recurring, then you must add a continuity plan or a strong ascension path to keep monetizing existing customers. That's another key takeaway. And then lastly, the real key is not only just choosing the right market, it's actually knowing how can you create demand beyond the first transaction. And that's like really, if I was to leave you with anything on this key indicator, it's just understanding that like, all right, if there's not a way that you can actually create some demand and actually ascend one customer that just came to do business with you to more transactions, then that's where you can kind of start looking like, all right, is this really a hungry market? Is this really the best opportunity for me? Granted, like I said, this isn't an end all be all. It's more so just identifying where you are on the spectrum and figuring out how can you get further on the spectrum to where you're more so in that best case scenario, instead of being in a scenario where like, all right, I'm just one and done. Because you don't really want to be in a one and done business. You want to be in a business where there's opportunity for you to constantly increase that LTV and constantly continue to do business with your customers that you acquire once. Because marketing and advertising is only going to get more expensive. You don't even really want to have that mindset. You want to have a mindset where like you're locked in on serving your customers at the highest level, so that way you can keep them coming back for more, whatever is next. Maybe they're subscribers, maybe they're on some type of membership plan, or whatever it is. Like think about how can you tailor this to your particular problems, and offer your solutions, your transformations that you sell and serve to your particular audience. All right, so let's jump into the next indicator. All right, so jumping into indicator 4 here, this is more so like a hunger intensifier, because it's going to allow us to basically assess our market opportunity and see how like emotionally charged it is. And the reason why I have you see some emotions here on the left, and then I got the word logic on the right, is because it's important for us to understand that people buy with emotion first and logic second, right? And the stronger the emotional attachment to solving whatever the problem it is that you solve, like whatever the emotional pool is that's behind that, and the stronger that is, the higher that your market will be willing to pay for your solution, right? So let's look at it this way real quick for this example, and it should be pretty straightforward and resonate with you, right? So if you got two different markets, right, and both of those markets meet all of the first three indicators that we've already covered, so that means that they have, pain-driven market opportunity, burning desire-driven market opportunity. They have proven buyer demand. There's ongoing opportunities. They fall within one of the buckets that I broke down. They meet all three of the indicators, right? But if one business is speaking to a market with high emotion, like a burnt-out 9-to-5 worker who's feeling trapped in that dead-end job, they're underpaid, they're overworked, they're looking for new opportunities, and they desperately want their way out of their current situation, and they're willing to invest. Let's go back to that real estate example, and they're willing to invest into like a real estate coaching program that teaches them exactly how to get out of that pain that they're experiencing, so that way they can buy their first rental property and slowly start to compound and escape that rat race. Like, there's a lot of emotion behind going after that market of a burnt out 9-to-5 worker. So if we compare that market, high emotion, to market B, where let's say market B is low emotion, a person who, going back to that bird example, how to take better photos on their iPhone of birds, and there's a market and interest around that, like for whatever the reasons why, maybe bird education, maybe they're reselling photos or whatever the case may be. But that, like, just understand the example of that market, that's low emotion, right? There's not going to be nowhere near as much urgency and emotional intensity as the high emotion market that I just explained with that burnt out 9-to-5 worker, right? So the key takeaway here with number 4 is really just understanding, like, that's why I call it a hunger intensifier, because right here, the more intense the actual problem is, the more growth opportunities there's going to be, because the hungriest markets are going to have more emotionally charged problems, because people will take faster action to solve those emotionally charged problems, and they would be willing to pay more to fix the problem. So basically, it's you just being mindful of this and taking an assessment. And let's say if you have a solution right now and there's a number of different markets that you can provide your solution to, and there's a market where there's higher emotion than another market, then it would serve you well to put more of your focus into a market that is hungrier, i.e., more emotion based upon this number four indicator, than a market that has less emotion, right? Because ideally, we want to be in a market where people feel their problems deeply and there's a real urgency behind solving it. Because the stronger the emotion behind a problem or goal, the faster that your desired or the faster your market would be willing to take action and buy into whatever it is, whatever problems it is that you're solving. So when evaluating the market, a simple question that you can ask yourself: is there a deep emotional urgency behind this? And then just take into consideration that people buy with emotion first and logic second, right? So if the answer is yes to that, then that's a strong sign that you're in a highly profitable and hungry market. And last but not least, when it's all said and done, all of this stuff that I broke down to you, it doesn't even really matter to you if you can't get in front of your audience easily. So that's why number 5 is going to be ease of reachability. And the crazy thing about it is it's super easy in today's day and age to actually identify if you're in a market where you can reach your audience easily. So it kind of brings me back to proven buyer demand, where I was talking about competition in point number 2, to where more than likely the thing that it is that you're doing right now, if there's actually demand for it, and there's there has to be there's competition out there, right? More than likely you're not the first one doing it. So the point of me saying that and how it applies to ease of reachability, you should be able to get on YouTube, get on TikTok, search Google and look at blogs, look at Facebook groups. There should be communities out there, forums, everything. Like there should be all the different variations and forms of content that there is to be out there in the market. It should actually exist if you are in a market where there's ease of reachability, to where you can actually reach your audience, right? But let's say whatever it is that you do, if you're not able to do that, then that is a huge red flag there that like, wait a minute, like I don't even see a clear path on how I can reach my audience. Because if there's literally nobody else, you mean to tell me like in today's day and age with the internet, like if there's nobody else talking about whatever the thing it is that I do online, then that's a core indicator, not only that you're going to struggle to reach your audience organically, but that's also giving us data that we're going to struggle to reach our audience on the paid traffic side when it comes to advertising as well. Because all these platforms, they got, especially it's called psychographics. They have a bunch of psychographics and data points on like all of our behavior as humans on social media, to where they know our interests. Like these algorithms are super duper smart, right? So if we can't actually find that stuff out there in the market, then not only, like I said, is it going to be hard to gain traction organically, but it's also going to be hard to actually gain traction to speak to your market with paid traffic. And then that brings me to a point where whenever I say ease of reachability, it also has to be like, there has to be affordability to it. So for example, if you know that you can't reach your audience because the content doesn't exist, then it's going to be super duper expensive to try to reach an audience that you couldn't even find organically. Maybe let's say you're searching for your market and you finally find it on Google on page 17. It's like, dang, I had to search 17 pages. Like we're not looking to, yeah, there's some blue ocean random, new stuff that hits the market and it's like, I gotta be first. But more than likely, I'm going off of like statistically, what are the odds of you being first, whatever the thing it is that you're doing? You're probably not gonna be first. So there's gonna be somebody talking to the market. And even if you do got like a new solution or something that you're bringing into the market, and maybe, your market, the people that's creating content around whatever the thing it is that you do, they're not talking to the market like you're doing, even if that was the case. And let's say that, oh, I don't have any competitors that's doing exactly what I'm doing because what I'm doing is super duper unique. But when it's all said and done, is that market being talked to? Is content being put out around that market? There should literally be podcasts about the particular niche that you're in, and then that's an indicator right there. Like if that stuff doesn't exist, then I'm not fooling with it. Like that's actually one of the assessments of things that I look at. Like I got an application process and stuff like that when it comes to like brands coming on, applying to see if they're a good fit for where me and my team come on and handle all the marketing, the strategy, the advertising. We consult and ultimately help these businesses grow and scale. Well, I don't just come on and work with anybody. I want to actually assess like, is there opportunity? Because I don't want to put up my time, energy, money, and resources. And I don't even want to work with the project where it's like, if we can't scale it up and, help you do big numbers, then it's like, it's not even worth our time. And it may not even be worth your time if you're in the game right now and you're actively looking to grow and scale your business online, leveraging online marketing, but you're not ensuring that you're in a hungry market, then you're probably wasting some time by not maximizing the output of your time to create the best result. Because everything that I broke down is really ultimately around helping you create the best result and ensuring, yeah, there was different variations where I broke down, okay, there's spectrums and figuring out where you fall within the buckets and so forth and so on. But when it was all said and done, it's like, my goal is to help you understand how to maximize the most scalable and profitable situation. So that's what I want you to take from this video, and that's what I want you to analyze. And in the next video of this 4-part video series, we're gonna be breaking down how to create a resonating message to speak to your hungry market. So if you haven't already saw video 1 where we broke down exactly how 7- and 8-figure brands create and engineer influence and build trust and build credibility online when online marketing their business, then I highly recommend you go back and watch video 1 and then tune in. If you don't see video 3 right now at the time of you watching this video, don't worry, it's on the way. We're dropping these out in real time after I finish filming them, and part 3 is going to be breaking down how to create a resonating message so that we can ensure the way that you share your big idea with the world, you're sharing it in the most compelling way possible that actually connects and speaks to your audience's deepest desires, speaks to their deepest pain points, and ultimately so you can scale and grow your business in the most profitable way possible. So that's it for this video. Do me a favor, if you got some value out of this video, drop me a like, drop me a comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in future videos as I continue to put out content to help you grow and scale your business and level up online. Signing off.